Hey guys, today I thought I would sit down and film an actual tutorial for you because the last couple have just been me putting on my makeup and talking about some things. So I wanted to sit down and do a formal walkthrough of a look. The look that I've decided to go with today is a spicy hot red orange eye, kind of like a spicy vibe. And that is because a few weeks back, I did a cold eye and a hot eye, is what I called them. And they both got equal number of votes for the look that people wanted to see. So 50-50, I decided I would just break it into two videos. So I'm starting with the spicy look because summer is coming to an end, and I thought with this transition into autumn, where it's gonna be colder, I'll save the cold look for a little bit later in the season. Summer is coming to an end, and what better way to spice it up than a nice spicy eye look with a matching lip. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on my notifications. I'm trying very hard to get to 100 subscribers. That would mean the world to me. And make sure that if you're new here too, that you tell your friends about my channel. It is going to be about everything. Beauty, life, recovery, mental health. I've kind of been through the ringer the last 3 years since I really posted on a previous channel I had. So come along with me right now and we will get right into this spicy eye look with the end of summer looming. What I'm gonna start with, because I don't usually start with my eyes, but this is such a intense look that I want to start with my eyes and finish with my face. So I'm going to go in with the James Charles Artistry palette. It is his Morphe collaboration. This is it. Beautiful. And what we're going to do is basically utilize these 4 colors right here to create this smoky, hot, spicy eye with kind of a cut glitter crease, if you will. I'll try. See how good my makeup game is. But these are the 4 colors that we're gonna work with on both eyes, and just to prevent ruining the rest of my makeup, I'm gonna start with my eyes. Some people don't know this about me, but I don't really believe in primer. I have some primers, I don't necessarily use them. I find I get the same result from my makeup using a nice moisturizer before I sit down to film or put on a full face of makeup. I actually use the Neutrogena Hyaluronic something, white lid, blue container, and it makes my face, it moisturizes my face really nicely, and I just feel like the makeup sits well on it and I don't need a primer. We're going to jump right into this eye look and see what we can come up with. Ignore my brows, they're awful. I don't know what I'm doing with them yet. They grow so fast that it's hard to keep a shape to them, but if I don't, then they just look like thick, huge caterpillars on my head. Lovely. Anyways, we'll get to brows when we get to brows, but for now, we're gonna focus on the eyes. So the color that I'm going to go in with first, if you can see here, is going to be this deeper red tone, and I'm just gonna buff that out all in the crease, kind of fairly large. Like I want this to be a big look. Like if you're gonna do something this dramatic, it should be a little big. So we're gonna buff this color all out and then go in with the medium one and the lighter one and eventually the little glitter on the eyelid. I could tell you what color that was. I would, maybe I can. That one is called Rusted in the James color palette. So we're gonna, oh no, I lied. That's the second color. The first color we're gonna go in with is You're Kidding, and that is the deeper red. We're gonna buff all through the creases and on the brow bone a little bit. I have fairly sunken in eyes, so sometimes it gets a little messy, but hopefully it'll all come together. The second one we are going to go in with is called Rusted, and that is the little bit lighter shade of red. And then we're gonna go in with, well, they call it 518, which I'm guessing is James Charles area code, because everything else is named. But that's the orange, and that will kind of be the base to the glitter that we're gonna try to add to the face. With that being said, now I'm going to jump into starting this look. So I'm just taking that first color and we're gonna run it all the way up in the crease, buff it out. And we want it to be big and kind of blown out because we're adding so much depth to this look. Funny thing is, as I'm doing my eye, I can see exactly the shape I need my brow to be. It'll never be that shape. If you're wondering what the background noise is at the moment, of course, my dog has chosen this very moment to start eating her supper. Yeah, that's lovely. And I'm taking this, I'm winging this fairly far out because when I did the look, I did add a wing liner. I don't love doing wing liner. Regardless, I want this look to be kind of cut up in here in order to get that effect when we go to clean up everything before we do the face. We kind of need it blowing out right here. So again, I'm just working that darkest color into the crease and the brow bone area and blowing it out on the side. And we're just kind of gonna work our way more inward. You can see now that it looks kind of messy out here. Don't worry, we're gonna clean that up with a makeup wipe before we go in to finish the face, because we can't do the lower lash line until the face is done. I'm gonna do both eyes simultaneously so I'm not constantly cleaning my brush. With my blank slate that I found 2 of at Winners. So happy I found 2, because I gave my old one away and they were hard to come by. We searched 2 Winners, a Marshall's, and a HomeSense beauty sections to try and find these puppies because I'm not paying the Sephora price. This was $4.99. Sephora's is like $24.99, and I think that's absolutely ridiculous for something that just takes color off of a brush, in my honest opinion. That's the other thing that this new channel is going to be about, is I'm not going to keep everything just bubbly pop fun because I'm scared of hurting someone's feelings. I'm gonna try and just be as raw and honest with you guys as I possibly can. So if I say something fucking sucks, something fucking sucks. If I say I'm not gonna pay the price for something because it's fucking ridiculous, I'm not gonna pay it. And if you haven't noticed, I'm also gonna swear. I don't think I swore at all on my old channel. That's neither here nor there. There's not always a need for swearing, but sometimes a good fuck, sometimes a good F-bomb just enhances a sentence. And you can see, especially on this eye where the color is going into my brow, I really need a more defined brow. Maybe I'll start getting them threaded again because I really did like what that did, but it was just, my brows grow so fast. They grow so fast that it's hard to keep up with. I'm paying an eyebrow threader more than I'm probably spending on soda through the month, honestly, because they grow in so fast I would have to go every week. And then you don't get the same girl and it's a whole thing because then they don't look the same. I've even tried trying to maintain my own eyebrows after a good threading, and that doesn't work as well either. And my eyebrows are 2 different shapes, which is really hard to work with. This one has more of an arch naturally, or this one does. One of them does have more of a prominent arch, and it's kind of a pain in the fucking ass, if you ask me. Pain in the ass. Okay, so I've blown out that deepest red color all through my creases, and it looks a lot more vibrant on film than in my mirror. Regardless, I'm gonna go in with the next color, which is the lighter, the more orange, it's like a true to orange shade. And I'm gonna take that right in the crease. And I'm gonna try to really define that crease with that orange color and let the red be the blown out part. And we're gonna take it right over to the corners of the eye. You can kind of already see it on that eye, how orange it is. And we want to take that right around the entire eye itself. Try to just add some definition to the top of the lid slash crease, because we've already blown out the rest of the eye with that deeper red color. Also, I like to take this one on the outer part of the lid, only because we're gonna go in on the inner with the more mustardy orange color. So I'm just gonna pack that right in there, and we're still gonna drag some through the crease. And you can see now we're getting that orange color throughout the lid. And setting it down on this outside corner also kind of gives some blend to where we're gonna really clean up that line at the end. And you'll see what I mean when we clean up the edge. Like, we're gonna make this nice and snatched. I think I made a good decision. I have seen some videos of people doing both, like the hot and cold look on the same face, but I figured I may want to venture out of the house later with doing this look. So I wanted to make sure that both my eyes matched, at least, in case I decided to leave the house at some point after this, because I didn't want that double look. Like, it's a cool concept, but I also wanted to do it as its own video. There's a nice little grouping of blues in this palette, and that's what I use for the cold look. So stay tuned, that look will be coming. Again, just packing this orange on the outer part of my lid, just to add some depth and variation, and right in through the crease. And I don't mind taking this color all the way into the inner corner either. It's just I want to keep it packed on the outer edge, because the inner corner, basically, we're gonna go in with that last lighter shade. I just trimmed my eyebrows and there's an eyebrow hair stuck in my eye. That's lovely. Even though I love this eye look, I think I'm more excited for the lipstick that goes along with it. I don't know why. Maybe because I believe it's called Spicy. And that's how I like to describe this look. Spicy. That's how you have to say it too. Spicy. In case you're wondering. And I'm not sure if the camera's gonna pick this up, but there's a lot of fallout from blending and buffing these two colors in, especially in here. And that's why with something so dramatic and so many colors to it, I want to do it first before I do the rest of my face. What I'm gonna do is just take this across the whole lid, up into the crease, and we're really gonna go in with that lighter color in the inner corner. Basically, this second color was just to kind of get a blend in transition into the dark color. If I cut my crease with concealer, a lot of this orange on the lid will go away. So this one is that 518 I was telling you about, and you can see how much lighter it is than the other ones. And that's why this one, I just want this one all over the lid, because we've already added those other two shades. I haven't done an actual tutorial video for a while, and I hope I'm doing it justice. It's been a hot minute since I've sat down and walked somebody through makeup, and hopefully this kind of gives you just an idea. Like, you don't have to recreate this red and orange look. You could take this with any 4 similar colors and a shimmer and create some sort of look, like an ombre look of anything, really, is what it is. Okay, now that I've got that lightest color all over the lid, what I want to do is I want to go in, if I can find it, with a pencil brush, something like this little guy. And I'm gonna take that middle orange again and cut right in the crease, just to add back some definition we might have lost. And it looks weird right now because we haven't cleaned any of it up. But my hope is that you'll see how it comes together once we throw the rest of the face on and clean up the fallout from these colors. Now for the fun part. I'm gonna go in with some concealer, if I can find it, and we're gonna cut the inner corners for the shimmer. A key to cutting a crease like this is to use kind of a rounded flat brush. So you can see here how flat that is. And you just kind of stamp it on, because we're not gonna go the full way. We're just going to stampy, 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 stampy. Like so. Because we're gonna blend that lightest orange color into the shimmer, and we're gonna reblend the crease into the shimmer, so you don't have to worry. The concealer is only allowing that shimmer shade to stick a little bit better on the eye. You can take that as far as you want. I take it just past the colored part of my eye. Don't blink too hard either. You're gonna end up with a bunch of concealer on the parts that we've already blended out. What I like about this, it allows these shimmer shades to stick a little better, because we're just gonna take that same shimmer and stamp it over the concealer. That way, you know it's not going anywhere. You could do the same thing with your finger, depending on the product. And you can see the difference in the eyes. This one has just a light shimmer on it, and this one just has the concealer. Shimmer, concealer. And then if need be, I go over top of it with my finger, just for a little bit more confirmation that it's gonna stay there and not move. And just for shits and giggles, I am gonna go with my finger and just press on a little bit more onto each one. And then what we're gonna go do is we're gonna go back in, because we don't want that harsh line. So I'm gonna go back in with the lightest orange shade that we did. And actually I'm gonna use the same brush that I just used to pat on the shimmer shade. And we're just going to just re-intensify that look. And it's okay because you put concealer. You can give that a rub just to ensure that you're going to not move. You're not moving that shimmer shade. You really aren't. And then what I like to do, I'm getting makeup all over my table, is I go back in with the mid shade, I guess. And I just take that right in the crease. Blends out anywhere that concealer might have stuck if you looked up like I just did. And just kind of defines that crease a little bit more. See why I call it a spicy look? Just like an ombre. It's like a four-toned look. Spicy, spicy, spicy. You know what that reminds me of is American Dad, where Roger, the alien, is Ricky Spanish. Ricky Spanish. Spicy. Yeah. Anyways, I'm done. I'm done with that. So for now, I'm just gonna clean cleaning these off on my color switch. Well, it's called, okay, this one's called blank slate, but same difference. But it basically means that I could go back in after doing this and there's no color left on them. Trying to keep tidy as I go because I'm notorious for filming something and then looking at it, the space afterwards, and it looks like a bomb went off. But now my cat wants in, of course. Leave her on the balcony, she's not happy. Bring her in from the balcony, she's not happy. Okay, she wanted to play the game, just yell at me from outside. I don't actually want to come in. So I made her come in. You can see underneath both my eyes that there's a lot of fallout. We're gonna clean that up with a handy dandy makeup wipe. That's what I do. Is take my makeup wipe and basically clean up all the under eye and cut a nice corner to the eye. That's what I'm gonna do. Like so. And see now, the fallout and the blown out look is gone, and it's much nicer of a line. And that cuts it really nice at the eye where we start blending in that lower lash line. Nice and cleaned up, not a whole whack of fallout and eyeshadow dust underneath my beautiful, spicy eyes. Okay, so we're gonna put away the colors for now. Back to them for the lower lash line, but we're gonna focus on face now. So for my face, what I'm gonna do, if I can find it, I've got a good concealer, foundation. So I'm gonna take the Morphe Filter Effect Foundation. It's a soft focus foundation, medium to full coverage. We like to be full coverage. If you followed me on my channel before, I was a sucker for full coverage. I've been really liking using a face brush to put on my foundation, but I also have a beauty blender here in case I change my mind, because, you know, we're not all perfect. So what I do now, so I don't waste any product, is I put 2 pumps of the foundation on the brush end, and then I just put that all over my face. I waste less product because when you put it on your hand, a bunch of it sticks to your hand. And then we're just going to buff that in everywhere. And just be mindful that you did your eyes. So when you're under there, just be mindful. We're still gonna go back in. And I start with 2 pumps just because I wanna see where that takes me for coverage. And the trick with using a brush for foundation is just to be light-handed. Then you don't get all the streaks in it. If you're too heavy-handed, you will see the brush strokes, essentially. A little shiny. Is it a matte? Medium to full coverage, soft focus. I think it's slightly matte, I don't know. So I'm actually gonna go in with 1 more pump. I'm gonna do a dabby here, dabby here, dabby here, dabby here. And just get the rest of it off. Don't worry if you don't get right to the under eye, because we're gonna be going in and adding some concealer under there. Take it down my neck. I have a lot of redness in my neck, and I know that's not gonna go anywhere. So I just kind of blend it down. I use a lot of bronzer down my neck. Kind of blends it in. Redness isn't going anywhere. I'm not gonna foundation all the way down to my t-shirt because that's just a waste of product. And as you can see, this foundation is nice and buildable, which is what I like. Now we're gonna go in with some concealer. And I just do a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here. This I do go in with the beauty blender. I just find the concealer sits better. And then I just pounce that into the skin where I put it. This concealer is amazing but it sets very fast. I don't know if I should have put it on both eyes. I really don't. But this is just to brighten that under eye area up and finish off the base for where we're gonna finish our eye. And if you're wondering, this was the Morphe C225. Funny story, when I had to go back to the Morphe store because I was very unimpressed with the initial foundation match that I got in store. And oddly enough, when we went back to get my next match, it was like a whole series of colors lighter. Like the first match was in the 2s and the tans, and then my next match was in the mediums, a 13, and still a C2.25, but it's not C2.65. Now we're gonna go in with some bronzer, and this is just the Morphe Glamour Bronze in the color Originator. It is a face and body bronzer. That's why I say I just take that bronzing down to my neck. It's a lot more easy to work with. Because we're gonna add contour. This is just to add that like sun-kissed look to your face. Just to make you not look like a ghost. It's very helpful. I do like to take some bronzer across my nose area. Just to kind of let my whole face blend in. See, I'd rather bronze to the point of being the tan I want. I have no idea what to do with my hair. I'm growing it out still, but like it's at this weird grow out stage where it's too long to just leave it unless I want to do something with it, but it looks great when I do want to do something with it. So, hard life. Bronzing is all done. That's kind of all I do for bronzing. I bronze up the whole everything I just put on, because I'm gonna go in with contour, and I'm using a Morphe E4 for the contour. And the contour I'm going in with is the Cocoa Contour by Too Faced. You can go in with any contour you have, but you can see here they have a light, a medium, and a deep contour. And it smells like chocolate, so why not? I usually like to take the medium contour, and I'll take that on this brush right in here and up the hairline. But what I'm trying to do is create that cheekbone divide again. As you can see, just kind of corner of my ear down to almost the corner of my lip. And you just don't want it to look muddy. That's the biggest thing that can happen with some contour, is it looks muddy. This one's doing pretty good. And it smells so good. It smells like chocolate. Who's gonna complain that something smells like chocolate? I don't have a lot of fancy makeup anymore, but I think this is the fanciest little palette I have, is this chocolate one. And I'm just gonna take that color all through my hairline. I also like to take my contour under my jaw right here. Just, you know, to give me a jawline, because your 30s hit and your jawline disappears. Now I'm going to go in with some powder, and I'm just gonna kind of cut out my cheek area. Would help if I had some powder in the lid. That's better. Pretty, isn't it? I'm just gonna let that bake a little bit while I powder my under eyes. And I'm doing this so we can go back in and finish the under eyes. It'll also brighten up your under eye and set that concealer that you put under there earlier. And then I just kind of powder the rest of my face to set in what I've done. And it looks a little weird because I don't have brows done yet, I just realized. Okay, so now we're gonna go back into our eyes while that sets a little bit. And I don't love baking, that's what they call it, my makeup. But if I am doing my eyes first and I don't want a bunch of fallout to stick to my under eye area, I always bake. Especially when I'm going in with such intense colors. So for the under eye, I'm gonna take that second and third shade. I'll just show you. I'm gonna take this shade and this shade together on the brush and run that right under the eye. And then I'll smoke out the outer corner with the first color, the deepest of the reds. And then once I've smoked out the lower lash line, I just go in with that deepest color in the very outer corner and kind of work it in there. Just a smidge, just to make everything a little bit more cohesive. And I want that really smoked out. Just for dramatic effect, I think. Okay, and then with that same brush that I used for my bronzer, I just dust off all the excess powder that was left behind. And it makes it so that there's not a whole bunch of fallout from doing the lower lash line in such intense colors. And usually I'll brush off the contour at that point too. Because now we're gonna go in, we're gonna blush, we're gonna highlight, we're gonna brow, all that kind of stuff. But the eyes are done. Okay, well the eyeshadow is done. I still have to do mascara, a little bit of mascara, and I'm actually gonna put on some lashes today. I think. These are Morphe lashes, they are faux lashes, and they are the style Brentwood. What I'm gonna do first though, I'm going to line the lower lash line with this color. It's an eye lip pencil, color pencil, and it is in the color High Maintenance, which I am not. This High Maintenance color is also gonna go around my lips when I get there. So you just have to wait and see. Okay, so I'm gonna throw on some liner. I'm not gonna do a winged liner because I just don't want to ruin this look. I'll be the first to say that I am not good at winged liner. In case you're wondering, the trick is to not stab yourself in the eye, which I've done twice. Now I'm just gonna curl my lashes quickly because I am throwing on fake lashes just so they blend in the slightest bit more. Yay! Okay, so now we're gonna try to figure out these lashes. Now let's try to put on some lashes. This is where the fun begins. No, the whole process has been fun. This is just a little bit more fun. Yay, one's done. It's my right one. It's always easier. Now let's see if the left eye is as easy as the right eye. So as that dries, I'll go back in and do my lashes. Now let's try to figure out something to put on these brows because, God, what I've really been loving right now is just the Java Brow Cream by Morphe. Because I literally just take a little bit at the front of my brow and then brush it through the rest because they're so unruly right now. That's all I can really do with my brows at the moment because they're so untamed. I swear they'll get better. Yeah, they're big chunky brows, but that's what you're getting for now. The one thing I don't like about this brow cream is it flakes a little bit on application. Just in case you were looking at getting it. Again, I apologize that my brows are just huge. We'll figure it out. they'll get better. We're just gonna go in quickly and blend in those lashes. Yay! Now the eyes are done. We can finish the rest of the face and do the lips. So I'm just gonna find my blush palette. We're gonna go in with this color right here, and it is called Blush. Fitting. And I like to take that right on the apples of my cheek almost, and then kind of up through here for this full coverage look. So you got the blush on the cheek, and you kind of define the brow a little bit. I kind of just swirl the blush back into the start of the contour, and that's how I get that kind of like seamless blend from like blush to contour. Now, highlight. So I have this one here, but then this palette comes with 2 highlighters, and I actually really like this more than this one. You're kind of like, this is the lightest, then this one, and then the pinkier one. So I'm gonna throw this highlighter right here. And if you ever find that you got too strong of a highlight line, I just take the brush and blend it in a little bit. I also highlight before lip, the Cupid's bow, like so. See, nice and bright. Now for the fun lips. I'm excited for the lips. Yay! I always fill my lips in with the liner just for a little bit more longevity. But I also have started setting my matte lipsticks, any lipsticks, with a little bit of powder. Now I'm just going to dust on a little bit of powder to set that so it doesn't go anywhere. And literally, this is a new favorite trick of mine. Just take some powder. And then they're not going nowhere. Nice, spicy lips. See, the whole look is spicy. The eyes are spicy, the lips are spicy. Just all in all, pretty happy with the way this turned out. I'm just going to fix my hair, and then I'll be right back for us to hang out and chat and do stuff like this. So I hope you like this look. I actually really like it. I don't think I do tonight. But anyways, now I get to wash it off and edit this. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you in my next video. Bye. Hey, just did a makeup tutorial. So if you want to, good. Now I think I have everything I need. Hey guys, so, say so too much, not so. If I can get into it, oops, that means I need my lash. Oh, I have powder all over my shirt. That means I need my lash tweezers. Okie dokie. There's some hair on my face. There's some hair on my face. That's what I get for having it back in a ponytail. Thirsty. Okay, we're still recording. That's good. Thought I fucked it up.